Hi everybody, John here from All Miniatures Great and Small, and we have Jacob in the studio with us today. We're going to be playing Flames of War, version 4. This is going to be our first battle for the Fighting First, the American sourcebook in mid-war. I'm going to be taking the Americans, and Jacob's bringing the Afrika Corps. So this is our first battle. We're playing a review copy so that we could get this out when Fighting First releases. We're playing a 100-point battle, free-for-all, so we could have everything on the board. Jake, so what do you think? Any predictions for this battle?
You know, in Afrika Corps, it's definitely like the elite army, and seeing Jon set out his waves upon waves of Americans, it's a little daunting, especially considering there's heavy hitters like an M10. I mean, even Lee's and the Shermans. It's scary. There's a lot on the board, but we'll see.
Yeah. So the Americans can bring a lot more AT-10 and mobile AT-12.
Yeah.
So we'll see. You know, the Tiger goes pretty much unopposed against British lists, but I guess you need the 17-pounder could do something. But so we'll see who can shoot your M10s. Can my M10s take out your Tiger, or the Tiger can take it out too? All right. So and I don't know with the Americans. It's trained. I'm hit on 3s, and some of my armies hit on 2s. So I'm going to be very squishy, but we'll have to see how it goes. All right, we're going to go into the army description and then get playing.
All right, so here we have my Afrika Corps army. It's 2 different formations. I have an infantry company here, which has 2 large platoons, just 4 MG stands, and the AT rifle, no other additions, the HQ, and then finally 2 Pak 38s. So a little bare bones there. And then I also have a Panzer III formation. That's with the HQ, and then 2 platoons of 3 Panzer IIIs. Once again, no upgrades. And then for divisional support for the infantry formation, I have 3 Martyrs and 1 Tiger.
All right, so this is my Fighting First force. I apologize, I don't have my entire Fighting First miniatures out. Those miniatures aren't out at the time that we're filming this yet. So I'm using some older miniatures, some late war miniatures, but I got the correct models on the table. All right, so for my list, I'm using a M3 Lee formation. So I have a HQ Lee. I've got a platoon of 5 Lees, and these Lees have the upgrade to their gun. So they are firing the AT-10 shot. Then I have a platoon of 5 Stuarts, and keep in mind in Fighting First, Stuarts, well, if you're going by version 3, Stuarts are like conscript. They're hit on 2s, whereas the Lees are hit on 3s. They're trained in essence. In addition, in that formation, I have a armored recon platoon, which is over here, 2 tracks and 2 jeeps, and then an 81 millimeter mortar artillery platoon back there. So I got 4 units, actually 5 units in that formation that will hopefully keep it solid during the battle. Then in support, I have an armored rifle platoon with all the doodads. So it's like 6 rifle teams, 5 bazooka teams, 2 light machine guns, 1 60 millimeter mortar, and they come in 5 half tracks. Also supporting my tanks are 3 M10 tank destroyers, so hopefully those will be a good counter for the Tiger. I know a lot of people before with just Desert Rats and Afrika Corps, there was no effective way to deal with the Tiger. I'm hoping M10s will be a somewhat effective way. Well, we'll see. And then a battery of 105 artillery in support as well. So that is my 100 points of U.S. Army Fighting First. All right, here's the battlefield. We've already deployed. Again, the mission is free-for-all. This is the American side. I've got the German objectives are here and here. The American objectives are over there and over there. So basically, our whole army is on the board except for my P-40s. If I failed to mention my P-40s before, I have P-40s in my list as well. So deployment-wise, here, starting on my left flank, I have my 105 millimeter artillery, and my Stuarts, my M10s, my armored recon, which spearheaded forward, armored rifle platoon in half tracks, a platoon of Lees with the company commander, and then here in this corner, my 81 millimeter artillery, and my P40 off table waiting to come in. Over here on the German side, we've got some pack, what are those?
Pack 38s, 3 Panzer IIIs with the Panzer III Company HQ, Tiger, infantry platoon with the infantry formations commanders, and then over on my right flank, we've got 3 Martyr IIIs in Nice Little Forest, infantry platoon, and then some Panzer IIIs.
All right, sounds good. So we're going to roll off now to see who gets the first turn. We'll be right back. All right, so rolling for first turn.
5.
All right.
Germans first.
Germans first.
So recap German movement phase 1. So went ahead and moved up the Tiger. These Panzer IIIs have kind of moved up, try to get some shots on these Lees. Kind of getting in knife fighting range, but I can't really miss this this Alpha Strike opportunity. That was the main movement there. On my right flank, those Panzer IIIs failed a blitz move, but I went ahead and moved up 10 inches and see what they can do to put pressure on his other flank.
All right, on to German shooting, turn 1.
All right, so gonna take a shot from the Tiger. 1 shot close range onto this Lee right here.
Okay.
3's to hit, correct?
Sounds good.
That's a hit.
Right.
6. AT.
I'm front armor 5, so it goes to 6. So
We'll go to firepower.
go to firepower.
That is a bail.
1 bailed out Lee. All right, I'm going to try to swap that hit from him to him on a 3+, which I do not. So this guy is bailed out.
All right, so for shooting the Panzer III platoon, these 3 are all going to fire at this target right here, the bailed out Lee.
Okay.
So that's 3 shots, long range, so needing 4s. I got 2 hits.
Nice.
AT8 versus front armor of
5.
So long range goes to a 6. Do you want to roll for your saves?
I do. So where are you assigning those
Oh, that's
those
right.
2 hits?
So 1 hit there, and then 1 hit there.
Okay, so this guy up front. So I need a, what is your AT again? 8? All right, so my front armor is 6, so I need a 2 to equal 3 to bounce. How about a bounce? And then this guy in the back. Pen.
Possible destroy. He's destroyed.
He's destroyed, so this guy is destroyed.
All right, so the Panzer III Company HQ is going to fire his AT gun at this half track right there. 3+ normally, 4+ for long range, which is a hit.
Okay, firepower.
AT8 from our, like 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so firepower, bailed. All right, so 2 Pack 38s are going to fire over here. This one is going to take fire onto the scout unit, putting 2 shots into it. And this one is going to take fire into the half track
Armored rifle.
the armored rifle platoon unit. He can only see that half track there. So,
Okay.
2 shots into here, long range needing 4s. Pretty cocked. 1 hit.
Okay.
I'm gonna-
Who are you going
targeting
after?
that guy.
Okay,
So just firepower.
just firepower.
That's destroyed.
Okay, so he is destroyed.
And then for the over here, 2 shots needing 4s, 1 hit.
Okay.
Gonna put on the same one you can see, and that is a bail.
Okay.
All right, so this 2.8 AT rifle is going to fire into the scout platoon, targeting that unit right there.
Okay.
Long range, 2 shots, needing 4s. Nothing.
All right. Well, it did something. It lifted going to ground.
All right, so recap for German shooting phase 1. I tried to kind of put a good stop to this. I did destroy 1 of the recon unit, bailed out 2 of the armored rifle platoon, killed 1 Lee, and bailed out another. So, say good to fair. I couldn't have hoped for more, but I got what I wanted.
All right. Well, we'll see if we can convert this into any killed Germans next turn. So on to fighting first, turn 1. All right, so American turn 1. First thing I'm going to do is try to remount some of these tanks. My half tracks, they remount on a 5+. So we'll do this one first. The one next to him, nope. And then this one Lee on a 4-up, and he is back in. So with that, we're going to go to fighting first movement. Okay, next up in the starting step, I'm going to see if my P40s show up. They arrive on a 4+. Here we go, Jacob.
Ooh.
And they're here on a 5. All right, recapping American movement. The armored rifle platoon got out, and we removed the half tracks. Now we think we're doing that rule right, where once they're empty, they're removed because they're technically not tank teams. So if we're doing it wrong, go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section there. But that's how we're going to play it for this battle. So they're out. They are technically within assault range of that Tiger. My big move over here is moving my M10s out so that they can see the Tiger through that nice channel I made with my infantry. It's long range. It's going to be a Hail Mary, but maybe I could take the Tiger out there. Over here, these guys are staying put. My Stuarts are just going to act as a counter to those Panzer IIIs. And my P40 is over here, and he's going to try to do something against these Martyrs. So on to American shooting, turn 1. All right, let's start with the main event here. We've got 3 M10s firing at that Tiger way out there in the open. It's long range. Normally I'm hitting you on a 4, so we're looking for 5s. Jacob?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. We miss. All right, next up I've got 4 bazookas within range to shoot at the Tiger. Bazookas are encumbered, or whatever the rule is. Basically, it's one harder to hit with them. So normally I'd hit on a 4, so I'm looking for 5. I got 4 bazookas that can see. Let's see what we can do. There we go. We got nice. 2 hits. So all you need are 1s, and I could possibly bail you. No.
Nope.
No. Okay, first up, this lead platoon, 1 guy is going to be firing smoke at the Tiger, and then 2 guys are going to be firing anti-tank rounds at the guy up on the ridge. So I need to hit the Tiger. Normally on a 4, it's going to be a 5 because of the burning wreckage I'm shooting through. So looking for that sweet 5. We got a 6. Nice. The Tiger is smoked. And then we have 4 shots onto the Panzer on the ridge. And that's going to be long range, but you are in the open to them, so it's going to be 5s to hit as well. So we got 1 hit at AT-10. Jacob.
For number 5, so it goes to a 6 long range.
Okay.
All right. So 6 versus 10, so I'm looking for a 4 up. Nope. No. It's a possible destroy.
And looking for that 3 up to destroy. And we got it.
Nice.
So we picked them off. All right, so my P40 is firing at those Martyrs. They are concealed and gone to ground in the tall terrain there. So I'm looking for 6s. 3 shots each. There's 2 planes there, even though you only see 1 P40 using their 50 cal machine guns. Looking for some sweet 6s. And we got 3 6s. And then it's anti-tank 5 versus your side armor of 1, Jacob. So, and we'll just go all in the middle, guy. Yeah. So 1 for each.
It's 1 for each. Possible destroy. Bounce.
Okay.
And then possible destroy.
All right, so the first possible destroy, 5+ firepower, bailed out and destroyed. All right, so I limited the guys assaulting to kind of reduce defensive fire. I managed to get 3 bazooka teams and 1 rifle team in to assault with that Tiger. So Jake's going to be shooting defensive fire to repel me with his Tiger and 1 of his Panzer IIIs. The other ones can't see, so we can see what we can do. And I believe the Tiger is going to be hitting me 1 worse, but the Panzer III is going to be hitting me on 3s.
Okay. So on 4s from the Tiger, 4 shots. You got 3 hits so far. And then from, do you want to just add them together with the other guy?
Yeah.
Okay. So 4 MG shots from the Panzer III, 3 more hits.
Okay, so that repels the assault, so they have to push back outside of 2, and I need to make 6 saves.
Yeah.
All right, so Jake assigned the hits like this. We got 2 on this 1 bazooka team. He is okay. We've got 2 on this next bazooka team. He's okay. We got 1 on this bazooka team up front. He is okay. And I've got 1 shot on this rifle team here, and he is okay.
Yes.
So they fall back, but that pins them down, and they have to fall back outside of 2, I think it is. Yeah. All right, and then to wrap up my turn, they fell back 2 inches outside of that range of that Tiger. So it's on to German, turn 2. Can Jacob make me pay for my failure this turn? We'll see.
Dearly. All right, so try to remount this Martyr here on a 4+. He does not.
Okay. So here's the big question: do your martyrs stick around?
Find
Are
out.
they
A three plus on the last stand.
3+ last stand?
Oh, they run.
So my P40s pretty much paid for themselves with that strafing run. If I do nothing else this battle, the martyrs are gone. All right.
All right, recap movement. This Panzer III platoon over on my right flank is gone up, going to try and get some shots at those 105s.
Okay.
Over here on our little mini Castrian Pass, my Panzer IIIs have gone up this little trail up this hill. They're going to see if they can get some shots on those Lees. And the Tiger passed a successful blitz move to get out of the smoke and then maybe get rid of those M10s before they cause too much trouble. All right, going to fire my Tiger, 2 shots of those M10s. It's long range, so 4s to hit.
4s to hit.
Ooh, nothing.
Ha! They can't hit you, you can't hit me.
All right, so these Panzer III is going to fire onto the lead platoon. I have 2 shots, 1 shot open at close range, so that's a 3. And then I have 1 shot long range that is open, so that's a 4. And then 1 shot long range and concealed, so that's a 5.
So a 3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5.
All right.
So on the 3, got it.
Got it.
On the 4, got it. And on the 5, no.
All right.
So 2 hits, I'll distribute 1 there, and I can still see him concealed, so 1 there.
Okay, so it's AT.
AT8, close range.
All right, so this one's close range, and
Yeah.
that what's the long range hit?
Correct.
All right, so AT8 versus my close range, so that's a 5. So I need a 3 to equal and a 4 to bounce. So that's a pen.
He is bailed.
And then the other guy long range, so I need a 4 to equal. Oh no, sorry, I need a 2 to equal, 3 to bounce.
Yeah.
We bounce that one. So 1 bailed Lee.
All right, the 2 Pak 38s are going to fire long range into the infantry platoon.
Okay.
They've got various targets, so I'll just call it. They can both see this guy pretty
Okay.
well. So needing 4s for long range. So 4 shots in total. 2 hits. So 1 has to go on him, and I'll place the other on that gentleman right there.
All right, so I'm going to try to swap that bazooka to a rifle team.
Okay.
That bazooka to a rifle team. And then you assigned a hit to the platoon commander?
Yes.
So we'll swap it to the another rifle team.
Okay.
So the bazooka swap on a 3+. No, so I can't swap anything. So the bazooka team now needs a 3-up save, which he makes, and my platoon commander needs a 3-up save, which he fails. So we'll go ahead and kill, well, they have like old mission tactics, so we can just swap out a stand for the platoon commander.
So this Afrika rifle platoon is going to fire into these the armored rifle platoon. These 2 guys can actually see people out in the open within 16 inches, so it'll just be 3s to hit.
So it's this group up on the
Yeah.
ridge here? Okay.
And then these guys can see close range, those guys, but it's concealed by the smoke
Okay.
from before. So that's 2 shots from the gun and then 3 from the MG. So the open ones, hitting on 3s.
5
got,
hits.
Yeah, 5 hits there. And I'll just assign those as we go.
Okay.
And so here, these are on 4s because of the smoke. So
3 more.
3 more hits.
Well, if they weren't pinned before, they are now. All right, so Jacob's assigned his hits here. He's got 8 hits total. So we're just going to go down the line. Bazooka team 3+. He's good. Bazooka team. Oh, he's dead. Next bazooka team. Oh, he's dead. Rifle team. He's good. Rifle team up here on the ridge. He's dead. LMG team. Oh, he's dead. LMG team. He's good. Last rifle team. He's good. Okay, so that's 4 more teams dead.
All right, so the Panzer III is going to fire 3 close-range cannon shots into John's cannon platoon. So it's a 3+ to hit. That's 2 hits. So I'll assign 1 there, and then 1 within 6 inches on the back guy.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and can you see this guy?
I cannot.
Okay. We'll try to swap this guy to this guy on a 3+.
Nice.
Got it there? All right. So now we're saving on a 4-up. So this lead one is good. The next one is good. Now you got their attention.
All All right, so should I shoot and scoot? I'm just going to kind of move in the middle a little bit more.
Okay. And recap your shooting.
So recap from my shooting. I was able to bail out another Lee over here from the Panzer III fire. I whiffed at the M10s with the Tiger, and then I did take out a huge chunk of armored rifle platoon. And then over here, I whiffed at the 105s with my Panzer IIIs who were swinging around the back.
All right, sounds good. On to fighting first, turn 2. All right, my armored rifle platoon is going to try to unpin on a 5-up. And the company commander is within 6 in line of sight, so the reroll still fails. This Lee is going to try to bail back in on a 4, and the company commander is there for that reroll as well. And he's back in his tank, and he is ticked. So that's it for rolls. Let's see if an airplane comes in, Jake, shall we?
No.
4 up. No. All right, movement. Not too much movement. My armored recon platoon and my Stewarts are moving up to go after that objective over there. M10 stayed put for full rate of fire. 1 Lee moved forward to get into line of sight of those Panzers up on the ridge, and that's about it. So that's recap of American movement. On to shooting. The first thing I want to do is my 81mm mortars are going to try to range in on that spot where that smoke cloud is with smoke. And needing a 4. On any one of these dice is successful. Let's hope. Whew. Okay, we got the 4. So we'll run that 12-inch smoke line. All right, M10s are going to have a second bite at this apple. This time they did not move, so it's going to be 6 shots in the open. Long range on that Tiger, Jacob. You ready for this? I missed last time.
Let's do it.
This time I'm due. I need 5s. Statistically, I'll get 2. All right, 6 shots, needing 5. And we got 2. All right. So it's AT-12 versus your 9 goes to 10.
So 2+ and I'm safe.
Possible bail.
Possible bail.
So that's 3++. Hey, you're bailed. All right, 2 of my 105s are firing into the Panzer IIIs. So they both have an open shot, so it's going to be hitting on, oh, better check the range. All right, the farther guy's at long range, so it's going to be a 4-up and a 5-up. So here's the 4-up. I got the hit, and the 5-up. No. So 89 versus your front armor.
And it's from this guy, the fire. Okay.
Closest guy.
So I'm going to try and 3+ it to this one.
Okay.
I do?
You do. Should have kept that as your armor save.
Front armor 5.
Okay.
And it's close range?
It's still close range.
Okay.
Right?
So needing a 4+.
4 to equal. So
Possible destroy.
2 up firepower. That's 1 dead Panzer III. All right, so my Lee platoon is going to go ahead and fire. All but 1 did not move, so we're going to get 9 shots at those guys at close range. That lead Panzer III gives me close range for everybody.
Okay.
Normally I'd hit on a 4, but you are like reverse sloped up there, so I can't really see all of your tanks, so you're going to get cover. So I'm hitting on 5s with 9 shots. And then you guys see my infantry there, but they're pinned and they did not move, so they aren't causing any concealment issues or anything like that. So these are my main guns at anti-tank firepower of 10. I'm also going to be firing my turret guns, which are going to be hitting on 6s, but we're going to do these first. So, and we're going into the Panzer platoon, not your Panzer company
HQ.
commander.
Okay.
Well, I assume he's the guy in the lead is
That's the HQ.
Okay.
Of the.
So Panzer platoon.
Okay.
Here we go, looking for 5s. Not a 1. And then we're going to do the same thing with the main gun, the turret gun. And so it's going to be 4 shots hitting on 6s. Nothing.
Gosh.
And then 1 on 7. Hey, and then a 5-up, I think. No. Okay. So the Lees do nothing this turn. All right, this bazooka guy is going to fire his bazooka up on this Panzer III on the ridge. So I am pinned, so normally I'd hit you on a 4, but I'm going to hit you on a 5.
Okay.
So let's make this happen. Come on. Oh, no, he did not make it happen. All right, I'm going to try to scoot and shoot with my Lee platoon. And we do not. And the company commander, 4, he does.
All right, so remount on the Tiger. It's a 2+. Nope.
No.
I mean, no as in, John predicted he was going to run away.
Oh, sorry.
So that was a no to John. Nothing else needs to be tested.
Oh yeah, that's because your martyrs are dead.
All right, so I'm going to do a blitz move with these Panzer IIIs on a
Okay.
3+. They got it. All right, so to recap German movement for turn 3, I have my Panzer IIIs over here, decided the 105s are not our kind of enemy, so we're going to come back over here and stop this little juke from my objective. Over here, the Panzer IIIs made a successful shoot and scoot, so they're going to try
Blitz.
Oh, sorry, blitz. Thank you. On the those Lees, and my infantry got out of their foxholes, and they're going to push this armored rifle platoon a little bit further away from our objective.
All right, sounds good. On to German shooting.
That's right. So for shooting, I'm going to start with the MG here from this platoon, which is close range here on the open, and then also the AT rifle, 20 inches. So close range on 3s from the MG. Got 2 hits.
Okay.
And then from the rifle, needing 4s, nothing.
All right, so 3 up on the closer Jeep to you. He's dead. Next one is okay. So you kill the mortar Jeep.
All right, so these Panzer III is going to fire 2 cannon shots long range into the scout platoon, needing a 4+ for long range. 1 hit, and we'll sign it on this guy right here.
All right, I'll try to swap to the Jeep. 3+. No. All right, go to firepower.
That's a bail.
Okay.
So Tiger's going to put 2 out in the open long range shots into the Lees,
Okay.
needing a 4+. 1 hit.
I can't stop
Mark
that.
it on that guy. So just firepower 3+. He's dead.
Okay.
Right there.
Now I would try to swap that if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And we do successfully swap.
Okay, so for shooting, I'm going to have these Panzer IIIs fire into the Lees. This guy is going to take 2 shots into the company commander, open and short.
Okay.
And then these other 2 are going to put 4 shots into this guy, open and short.
All right, sounds good.
Yep, so 2 shots needing 3s into him. 1 hit. And then 4 shots needing 3s into him. 1.
All right, we're going to go ahead and it's anti-tank 8, correct?
8, yes.
Okay, front armor 5. So I need a 3 to equal 4 to bounce for my company commander. So we bounce that, and then this Lee here in the back, same deal. So that is 9, so it bounces it. Yep. So haha, we can't do anything against each other.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fire that that rifle platoon, or the MG platoon is going to fire into the armored rifle platoon. I've got 2 shots from all these rifle guys, or these MG stands. They're open. I'm just going to target him.
Splash out from there.
Yeah, actually, no, sorry. They're going to target him.
Okay.
I think they can all see him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Needing 4s because you're concealed because
Yep.
you didn't move last round. So I got 3 hits,
3 hits.
and then this one needing a 4 from the AT rifle. Miss. So target him, him, and him.
All right, we'll make 3 saves, just going down the line. Bazooka team out in front, 3 up, dead. Next one, good. Next one, dead.
All right, so 2 shots from this Pack 38 into this guy right here. A little bit of a long shot. It's long range, but he's in the open for me.
Yep, he's
But
concealed.
he's concealed because he didn't move.
And he's
so.
gone to ground because he didn't shoot.
So 5s? Nothing.
Okay.
All right, to recap some shooting, this rifle platoon was able to kill off 2 infantry stands from the armored rifle platoon. Tiger popped a Lee. These Panzer IIIs got really tactical and did nothing against the Lees. And then over here, I was able to kill off the mortar stand and bail out the half-track from this recon platoon.
All right. On to a German assault phase. Okay, so defensive fire. Jacob has assaulted this poor bazooka team out in the front. I've got pretty much all of my armored rifle platoon is within range for defensive fire. All we need is 5 hits, so let's see if we can return the favor and repel this assault. I've got an LMG team up on the hill. He's pinned down, so that's going to give me 2 shots looking for 4s. So that's nothing. Uh-oh. Oh, my odds just got significantly worse. I have 4 rifle teams hitting on 4s. So we got 2 hits there. And then lastly, the bazookas are firing, but they are small teams. They need 5s to hit. And of course we get 2 hits there. So that's going to be, let's do 1 hit for everybody except the company commander, I guess.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He's okay. He's okay. He's okay. And the platoon commander is dead. So I'll just swap him out.
And then looks like you get 4 swings back at me.
Okay. On 3s. That is a dead bazooka.
All right. So the bazooka's dead, and then let's see if I can successfully counterattack. I think my motivation is a 5 with these guys. No. Even if it was a 4, so they're going to break off.
So shoot and scoot on these gentlemen. I got it. So shoot and scoot on the tiger. Got it. Okay.
Just recapping the assault phase, the Germans popped out, killed the bazooka team horribly with his whole squad, and then ran away. So on to USA turn 3. All right, first up we're going to try to bail back in over here, or else these guys need a test. So they're going to get in at a 4, so he is good. And then over here we're going to try to unpin on a 5. And they are unpinned. And that's it for my pinned units. So let's see if I get some air power. I need something on a 4+. No. Fighting first. Movement phase. Okay, so since recapping movement. Recapping American movement. 2 of my Lees moved up. These 2 stayed put. 10 stayed put to shoot at that tiger. My armored rifle platoon moved up. I'm getting him in a position. If I bail something out, maybe I'll be able to take advantage of it or do something. The Stuarts and the recon platoon redirected, hopefully to put some shots or put some pressure on that flank, especially now since those panzers are kind of out of position. So that's it for movement. We're going to go straight to shooting first. All right, and then the rest of his platoon has to fire. 2 Lees are going into those Panzer IVs. Those 2 Lees moved, so the 2 main guns are going to be shooting, hitting on 5s, because it looks like you get concealment for me. All right, so looking for 5s, 2 shots. You got 1 hit, AT-10 versus your front armor, whatever.
Who are you targeting?
The closest guy.
Okay.
And then we'll do the turrets just to get those out of the way as well. Those will be hitting on 5s, or no, 6s, sorry, because of the secondary weapon, no hits there. So just that 1 AT-10.
So on 3+, I'm going to try and swap it to... No, actually, I'll keep it on him.
Keep it on him? Okay.
For number 5 against AT-10, close range needing a 5+. It's a bounce.
Oh, you bounced it. Nice. My M10s are changing targets. They're going to be firing at the Panzer IIIs up on the ridge, because you can see this guy out in the open. So that's going to be long range, looking for 5s, 6 shots. Let's see what we can do. We got 1 hit. That's AT-12 versus your front armor goes to 6.
Yep, so 6 to equal. No, possible destroy.
3 up. Destroyed. Over here we've got machine guns on this armored car and on the Jeep, so it's going to be 6 machine gun shots into those infantry. Each one of those can see at least 1 guy out in the open, so we're just going to throw all those needing 4s, 6 shots. That's a little bit better. We got 4 hits, and I think we can just see 4, so Jake, if you just want to roll 1 for each.
So this one, he's okay. The commander, he's okay. This MG stand is dead. The other MG stand is okay.
Alright, my armor rifle platoon's firing into the infantry. After measuring everything out and looking, I've got 6 shots going into that gun out in the open, so I'm hitting those on 4s. And then 1 shot with concealment at an infantry team. So looking for 4s here. So we got 3 hits there, and then 1 shot on a 5, which we also get.
It's not him.
So yeah, so we, and he can probably assign to more than just. He can assign to this back team as well.
Okay. So 2 saves here on the AT gun. He's okay. And 2 saves on the platoon commander. He's dead.
Yay. All right, recapping American shooting phase. I don't have any assaults that I'm going to try to pull off. So I managed to whittle down that infantry platoon. I think I killed 3 stands total. So they're down to 3. They're not testing yet. But the good news is I managed to pick off 1 more Panzer III in that platoon right there. So that's the company commander and the platoon commander left. So that platoon will be testing. There's a chance that one of those 2 Panzer IIIs will be running away. Not a good chance, but there's a chance. And then that's pretty much it. My artillery wasn't able to range in. Oh, I do have, I'll take that shot now. I do have these guys probably take a pot shot at those Pak 38s up there. All right, real quick, I forgot to fire these 81mm mortars. They're going to drop an artillery bombardment right there, at least attempt to. Looking for a 5 to range in. First attempt. Hey, we got it that time. I'm hitting those guns on 4s. So the one closest to you, one closest to me. So 1 hit there.
And, oh, firepower.
Firepower, and I believe the 81mm is a 3 up now, but we'll see. It's definitely a 5 up. So we kill 1. Yay, glad I remembered that. All right, on to German turn 4.
All right, trying to unpin this unit. They do not. Trying to unpin this unit. They do. And finally, I believe that's it.
That's it for unpinning, yep.
Yeah. So morale, last stand for this Pak 38 unit. They run.
Yay.
Last stand for this infantry platoon.
No, they have 3 stands left. They're good.
No, those are the HQ.
Oh, those are the 2
Yeah.
HQ, sorry.
Yeah, I rolled a 3 that
Okay.
one. Yeah.
So that's good?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's good.
That's good.
And then for this tank platoon, the company commander can see him and is within 6 inches. Ooh, he still runs.
Still runs. My gamble paid off. So in your turn, you lost a Pak 38 and Panzer III.
That's correct. And
Nice.
now we actually need to do formation morale, and I'm still barely okay with the
tanks?
tanks.
Okay. Sounds good. On to German movement.
All right, recapping German movement turn 4. I was able to blitz and then move these Panzer IIIs forward a little bit to try and stop whatever's going on over here. This commander for the Panzer IIIs moved down to help with these infantry. Tiger stayed put. These infantry got ready for something, a little surprise for John, and that's pretty much the extent of it.
All right, on to German shooting, turn 4.
All right, Tiger, 2 shots into the M10s, 4s for long range.
Sounds good.
1 hit.
All right. Firepower.
Go for that guy.
Okay.
Oops. Bailed.
Bailed out.
All right, so for the infantry, I'm going to shoot 2 SMGs and then 1 MG on the move into these infantry.
Okay.
The AT rifle is going to fire movement into that recon platoon. So that's 8 shots in total into this unit right here,
Okay.
and then 1 shot into the recon. Do the recon first, needing a 3. Hit.
That's a hit.
And I'll try and put it into this guy right here.
All right, 3 up save. He's good.
Okay. And then the 8 shots into your infantry. They moved. They're in the open, so 3s.
Sounds good.
That failed. 2, 4, 6 hits.
All right, well, I think there are 6 teams there. So 1 for each.
All right.
We'll start there and keep going. So he's dead. He's good. 3rd one's good. 4th one's good. 5th one's good. And 6th one's good.
Again.
Okay, so we just lose 1. That's not too bad.
All right, now this tank is going to go ahead and fire into the infantry. I'm going to target this unit right here.
Okay.
It is 2 hits. So I'll put 1 shot here and 1 shot here.
All right, the rifle team there is dead, and the LMG team That's good.
Panzer III is going to fire 2 cannon shots into this platoon right here.
Okay.
4s for long range. Nothing.
All right.
You kind of. So recap, German shooting turn 4. I was able to whittle down this platoon a little bit. I bailed out an M10 and kind of whiffed over here, taking out the recon.
All right.
So on to the assaults.
Assault phase. All right, defensive fire for these teams that are assaulting me. I've got 4 shots hitting on 4s and 1 shot hitting on 5s. So here are the 4s. Well, we got 1 hit so far, and then 1 looking for a 5. I got 2 hits.
Where would you like them?
Let's do the platoon commander and your company commander. Sure.
Okay, platoon commander is okay. Company commander is okay.
All right.
That's 3 swings at you.
Okay.
1 hit.
1 hit. Can I counterattack? Kill the bazooka. Counterattack. I do not. So I will break off. First up, we're going to try to bail in here with this M10. We got it. Then we're going to try to unpin with the infantry, looking for that 5, and we got that as well. That's not what Jacob wanted to see. And I think that's it. So now planes. I need a 4-up. Let's see that 4-up. No, again. Come on, planes. We need you. All right. So fighting first, we're going for the kill, recapping the movement phase. 2 of my Lees drove up on that hill, vacated by the Panzers. I had 1 rifle team sidle over to allow the Lees to come up. Company commander is taking cover behind the wreck of that half-track to fire. My recon, armored recon, moved up to put machine gun fire into the infantry. M10s obviously staying put to deal some pain. And then over here we're taking a big gamble. My Stuarts are tangling with these Panzer IIIs. We'll see what they can do against them. So that's it for movement. On to shooting. All right, these 2 Lees in this platoon are going to be firing on the Panzer III company commander. The hull gun is going to be hitting on a 4. I got 1 hit, and then the turret gun is going to be hitting on a 5, the AT-7 37mm turret gun. Nope. So 1 AT-10 on your Panzer III, front armor 5. So
Possible, let's try.
let's see if we can get that 3 up. No, he's bailed out. All right, next up, this what's remaining of my armored rifle platoon. The LMG can only see this anti-tank rifle team.
Okay.
That's 5 shots there, and then the 2 rifle teams are going to be firing 2 shots at the platoon commander. So here we go. This guy's in the open, so I'm hitting him on 4s. So that's going to be 3 hits on the anti-tank gun, and then 2 shots here on the platoon commander. Oh, 2 hits on the platoon commander as well. So if you want to make your saves.
Yep. So 3 from the anti-tank rifle. He's dead.
Nice.
And then on the platoon commander, he is double dead. Which is just dead ones.
1 for each guy on the stand. Next up, armored recon is going to give me 6 machine gun shots into the company commander here, hitting on 4s. So we got 3 hits. So we'll put 2 on the company commander and 1 on the 2IC.
3 plus to switch it.
Okay. And
Yep.
you do. All right, so 2 on the 2IC.
2 on the 2IC.
Oh.
He's dead. On the company commander, he's alive.
Woo. Okay. Company commander's feeling lonely now. My company commander is going to be firing at Jake's company commander, which is currently bailed out. He moved, so 1 75mm hull gun shot, hitting on a 4 and missing, and then the turret gun hitting on a 5. That hits. AT-7 though versus your front armor 5.
Nothing.
No bounce. All right, so my M10s are going to be firing. 2 of them have the Tiger out in the open, so it's going to be 4 shots on that Tiger. And then this guy on my left has an open shot at the company command Panzer III. So it's going to be 5s to hit because of long range and veterancy. Here's the 4 shots. Looking for 5s on the Tiger. And we got 1 hit on the Tiger. That might be all we need. And then 2 shots looking for 5s on the Panzer III. We got 2 hits on the Panzer III. So it's AT-12 versus your Tiger armor of 10 for range.
Okay. So on a 2+, possible destroy.
All right, 3 up.
Hey, nice
got
job.
the Tiger. And then your platoon commander, Jake, you need
A 6.
you need 2 6s, 2 hits.
Well, one of them is not enough. No,
Okay.
so 2 possible
2
destroys.
3 ups there for you. Yep, he's dead as well. All right, so I think at that point we're going to concede the game. Well,
I'm
so to
conceding.
concede the game. All right, because pretty much we have nothing left over here to contest, and with the Panzer III commander dead, the tank formation is broken, right?
Mhm. Tank formation is broken.
Yep.
All that's left was the infantry platoons. And in all honesty, I think the company commander wasn't going to stand much of a chance.
Yeah, because we kind of hammered it out. The armored rifles would have assaulted the company commander. Probably would have taken a loss coming in, but then they would have killed him, and that would have caused the infantry formation to break as well.
Yeah.
So regardless of what happened here, whether the Stuarts took out those Panzer IIIs or not, they would have been gone anyway.
I'm going to imagine they didn't.
Yeah, and I'll imagine they did. But there you go. So that is our first Fighting First battle report. We're going to go ahead and set up for after game show, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, there you have it. That's the first mid-war battle report we've played with Fighting First, the new American sourcebook. The Americans won. Is pretty handy victory, I think, 8-1.
Yes, I didn't killed nothing.
And if we mathed it out, it might have been 7-2. The armored rifle platoon might have lost a guy coming in and might have failed morale. And
If the stars aligned, yes.
company commander failed his reroll. You might have got that platoon. So what are your, I know we're going to talk about Fighting First as a book in a separate video, but in this battle facing the Americans in mid-war, what are your thoughts?
So for me, the big difference is I actually painted up a tiger for this game. It's the first time I've used a tiger in mid-war so far. So really, I think a lot of the things have to do with that. It's without the innate tiger A skills and maybe getting rid of our 3 reroll misses and having that be actual additional cards or points that you need to put into it, the tiger doesn't seem to kill as much as I'd like it to. It certainly stands its ground, but now with the introduction of M10s, I have to be more careful about what I do with it. So the Lees, I've fought them before with the British. I kind of roughly know what I'm doing, or not. Well, I obviously don't know what I'm doing, but I know what I'm in for. So it was interesting. But that plus all the other American support, and once again, the armored rifle platoon is a beast. It's just a big behemoth that it's very hard to whittle it down. Got close.
Yeah, you got them down to 3 stands, so
Yeah.
they were almost testing. So what would be your MVP for the game?
I mean the tiger. I feel like it drew fire, but still, I probably won't be putting it in future lists. So I don't really have much of an MVP.
Yeah, I mean the tiger was 29 points, right?
29 points.
And against against a trained list, there's just so many targets that you're killing. That's
Yeah.
very hard to make back your 29 points.
In the old edition, with the reroll misses or other things you could get, you might be able to. But I think in the end, he killed 2 Lees in the entire game. Bailed out the M10s once or twice.
And he might have killed one of the
half tracks. Maybe I can't remember. But so it didn't make its points back. So I don't know.
2 Lees at about 12 points, I think, with the upgrades. But the thing is, yeah, it definitely did, and I might have been better served firing the M10s at your Panzers on turn 1 and 2 as well, instead of the Tiger.
I was kind of hoping you wouldn't.
Breaking the company. But in the end, though, the M10s killed you rolled that 1 that I needed, and you still need to roll a 1, even with M10s,
Yeah.
but I got lucky that time. And then I thought over there on my left flank with my artillery, your Panzer IIIs could have gotten lucky and broken through there quite easily, but you whiffed your shots and I took one out, and that kind of tipped the math
Yeah.
to where it's probably
not
not a good idea anymore.
I didn't want to double down on that.
And then the Stuarts, you know, they're hit on a 2. They're really glass.
Glass
Well, they're
cannons.
not even glass cannons. Their cannon's not that great, 1807. But we didn't really get to see what they did because they pounced out, but we called the game
Yeah.
before it did. The P40s, they came in once,
They did what they need to do.
but I needed 6s. I think I got 3 6s out of 6, and forced the Martyrs to drop their, fail their morale and run away. That one was painful.
That was painful. Every edition I've said that air support isn't worth it, and sometimes I'm right, often I'm wrong. I was wrong this time. I still don't feel like they're worth it.
Well, they just came in once, and
But they did their job.
they did their job when they came in.
Still.
And we've also been talking off camera about whether Germans should include
AA or
AA, an AA
We-
platoon.
It goes back and forth. You know, Math Hammer. It doesn't seem like they're worth their points. Like a whole battery of 4 AA guns firing at, for example, like a British plane, you kill I think like 0.4 planes a turn if they come in and all 4 guns can fire. I don't know. I feel like planes don't come in all the time, so why should I count on trying to defend myself from them every turn? I don't know. I go back and forth.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah. Well, and so I
Lost
don't know
martyrs.
either. Yeah, you lost your Martyrs. That was big because it opened up. I could threaten this platoon, and you had to draw your, even if you wanted to push your Panzer IIIs forward towards my artillery,
I couldn't. Yeah.
I might have been able to assault or do something over here. So put some pressure with the Martyrs gone that I couldn't have done otherwise.
Yeah.
But then I was able to swing by and kill the teams I needed to kill out of that artillery.
Swing by.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the biggest mistakes that you might have made was getting those guys out of your infantry out of cover and assaulting.
Yeah, I get too aggressive sometimes, but
Well, you gambled on taking out my armored rifle platoon, and it almost worked. I'm down to 3 stands. One more stand and I'd be testing. But I was able to machine gun them then.
Yeah.
Whereas if they stayed in their foxholes,
they
that
would
would
have
have been a lot
stayed
harder.
put. Yeah.
But then, same thing happened to your tanks, and then I could just roll up and take out your infantry.
Yeah.
So it's hard. But I guess moving them forward kept the armored rifle platoon from assaulting your tanks again. So.
Yeah. I don't know. I was going back and I get impatient with shootouts, and I felt like we were in a shootout that it seemed like I wasn't going to win, and so I felt like if I push forward, then I could make you make a mistake, but in fact, pushing forward was the mistake. So I don't know.
Well, my Lees were surprisingly resilient. I had 6 of them, and you killed 2.
Now you have 4.
Yeah, no. I had enough to pull up. But, and I noticed that when we played our British game, that the grants for the British seemed to last longer.
Yeah.
Armor 5 was surprisingly resilient. So there you go, guys. It's an American victory for using the Fighting First list, Jake's Tiger. We do want to play some other matches. I'd love to get 50 Stuarts out on the table.
I'm sure you
and
would.
see what happens. But that's a list we've been talking about. The Americans conceivably could take a couple of Stuart formations and just maybe 40 or I don't know, a lot of Stuarts, but we'll see. Anyway, there you go, guys. That's a American victory in Flames of War version 4, Fighting First. Thanks for watching. If you like this, go ahead and give us a like, subscribe. Also check us out on Facebook at All Miniatures Great and Small. Thanks for watching, and keep on wargaming.